Hello, my name is Mel and I have things to say. I want to do something practical with you today. I'm going to show you two very important documents that I've put together. One is my personal information and the other is a full list of medication and supplements. Now I keep one copy in my home and one copy in my handbag, and I make sure that whoever I'm with knows where these are. This is so that if I'm ever in an emergency where I need medical care, people know exactly where to find all of my medical information so that they can see at a glance what they're dealing with and how I can get the best care. I would really encourage everyone to have something like this in quick accessibility, but especially if you have medical issues, and even more so if your medical issues are complex. I'm going to talk you through my documents and you can see how I've set mine up. If you already have documents, then maybe you'll get some ideas from this. And if you see mine and you see something that you've done in yours that I haven't done in mine, please let me know in the comments and give me some tips. I'm always wanting to make sure that they're, as good as they possibly can be with as much information as I can get in there. So let's have a look at mine and, yeah, let's see. Alright, so this first document is my important information. I have blacked out the things that I don't want the internet to know about. I've left my medical conditions because I already talk about them all on the internet, so there are no secrets. So up here I have my name, date of birth, address, mobile phone, height and weight. The height and weight are very important so that if I go into hospital and need anesthetic or any kind of medication that relies on knowing my height and weight, that they're there and they don't really need to do any extra measurements. And if I ever change my height, my weight, then obviously I need to keep this updated. I've got my various card and account numbers, Medicare, Centrelink, which is welfare, my photo ID, my NDIS. That's so that if, they don't need to go through my wallet and search, it's all just right here ready to go. And this is something that somebody can hand over to somebody rather than handing over a whole wallet. I have my emergency contacts. It's my parents. There's only two, so I do need to add more. I do have a friend, a family friend who is a nurse, so I plan to add her in. I do think it's important to have somebody other than a blood relation on your emergency contacts, so that is something that I'm aware I have to change. Then I have my medical conditions. I have separated them from my physical ones and my psychiatric ones, just so that they know what they're dealing with. Here in particular is an important one. It's a condition that I don't have all the time, but I have a history of it. It's long QT syndrome, which is a heart condition, and I've had it in the past and we found that it was medication induced, but my doctor told me to keep it on my list because there are certain medications that I could be put on that could give me this heart condition. So doctors need to know that I'm prone to that. But basically that'll give them any info they need to know going in of me and what they're dealing with. The other document is my medications and supplements, and you can see here I've separated them onto 2 pages. Now, I used to just have the medication name, amount, and the reason for taking it. And then I was getting a blood test once, and the lady asked me what time of day I took a particular medication, and I couldn't, off the top of my head, remember. So that's when I started adding in the time of day as well. So I'll just go over here, medication name here. So I've written the medication name as well as the dosage, which is very important. Then here, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and bedtime. I've checked off what time of day I take it and how many I take of it. PRN refers to as needed medications. So these are things that I don't take on a regular basis. I just take them as I need to. And those are things where the doctor would have to ask me specifically. The reason is very important. If I'm with somebody else who doesn't know my medications and they're asked, does this person take anything for thyroid, for cholesterol, for blood thinners, they won't be able to just look at my medication names and know. So if they're able to look down here and see exactly what I take my medication for, then that makes the whole process much easier. For example, I know that statins are for cholesterol. And a doctor can look through this and see that statins are for cholesterol. But if somebody is speed reading it and asks if I'm on anything for cholesterol, it's much easier if they can just see cholesterol over on this side of the list. Now over here I have my supplements. These are things that aren't prescription drugs, but they are still just as important to have on there because they're in my bloodstream and they can often affect the way my body, processes anything else that a doctor could put in my body. And again, I've written, oh, and one thing in here as well is that I've written the, what is it, the chemical name rather than just the brand name. So this is pantoprazole, which is known as Somac, but pantoprazole is the chemical name. It's important to do that so that they know what the chemical is, because the brand name could change. I might change brand names, I might get a generic brand, but the important thing is the ingredient. Now over here, again, I've put the ingredients rather than the brand, because again, I might change brands, but the ingredients are the most important thing. So I've written the supplement name as well as the dosage and the time of day. I haven't written reasons because most of these are basically for deficiencies. So it's sort of, you know, it's all the one reason. It's all basically deficiencies. And there are times when I take 2 different dosages, and I have separated them up so that they know that if I'm there at lunchtime, I've only taken 500 milligrams of vitamin C. If I'm there by bedtime, they know that I've taken a total of 1,500 milligrams of vitamin C. So those are my 2 documents. So yeah, those are the documents that I've put together. I feel like they're pretty streamlined, they're pretty cohesive and comprehensive, and I really think that it's important for, well, everybody to have something like this, but this video really came about because I was talking to a support worker about what I have in my bag, and she realized she really needs to put something like this together for her mother, who is 80. And her mother has like a list of medications, but she was saying she didn't know what her mother took her medications for. And if somebody asked her off the top of her head, does she take anything for thyroid, for cholesterol, she wouldn't know. So I showed her mine, and she said that maybe she should consider doing something like this. So I thought this is a really practical way to help people feel prepared, and to help you or your loved one feel like you're sort of a little bit more secure when you're going out into the world. I have never had to use this in an emergency situation yet, but I'm very, very thankful that I have it, and I feel a lot more secure knowing I have it. Even if I'm just meeting up with a friend for lunch, I would want them to know, you know, hey, something's happening. This is where this paper is. Give this to anybody who asks. And another paper that I include now is a print off of my vaccination certificate. I have it on my phone, but it is still good to have everything printed out. I'm a firm believer in that. So that was the video for today. I just wanted to do something a little practical. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I hope this was helpful. Please share this video with anyone you think would benefit from it. I think practical things like this are really good to share, especially if somebody is sort of new to the chronic illness thing or is just getting overwhelmed with medications. This can just be a good way to keep track of your own medications for your own information. And please subscribe to my channel, because then you can see all of my videos when I upload on Wednesdays. Alright, that's all. Bless.